Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1 Phathead Cande Roth. We're going to get up to about 45. We still could be in the freezing zone here, so be careful out there. Still some ice. And later on, up in the 40s, and then tonight it just keeps climbing into the 50s tomorrow, and rain tomorrow. So we're going to melt all this stuff, Cande, you know?
Yay! And I hope we don't see any more.
And I agree. By the way, when I say that phrase, we're going to melt all this stuff, I think of the movie My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin. Do you remember? He was in the
Barely.
Frozen. You don't remember the movie, Cande? It was,
Barely remember it, yes.
Rick Moranis, Steve Martin, and Steve Martin's in the frozen food section, and he's hitting on a woman, and he turns to her and says, "You could melt all this stuff."
Oh,
Just like,
Lord.
come on, famous movie line. There's got to be
I'm
someone.
sorry.
It's got to be someone who
Remembers?
Yes. This kind of sparked my my thought. You don't go on TikTok, I'm sure, right?
I do not do TikTok, no.
Okay. There is a brilliant ad on TikTok, and anyone who is on TikTok listening, they know what I'm talking about. Hilton Hotels. Hilton, the company.
Hilton, got it.
Yes. Put out an ad, and it starts with a guy in his car, and all of a sudden, Paris Hilton jumps into the back seat, like out of nowhere, jumps just right into his car, and goes, "Would you watch a 10-minute ad on TikTok?" And it goes from there. And it's for Hilton Hotel brands and all their different companies they own. And before you know it, you're about a minute into this commercial, and you're like, "Oh, this is pretty good." And then you're like 2 minutes in, you're like, I can't believe I'm watching this. And like the whole theme is, would you stick around for a chance to win prizes at the end of a 10-minute Hilton ad? Before you know it, Cande, you're completely involved.
There's a group of people?
You are, what was that?
There's a group of people waiting to watch?
Yeah, well, no, before you know it, what do you mean a group of people?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Before you know it, you're sitting there, you're like 3, 4, 5 minutes in. Now you can't stop. Now
Right.
you're like, so I watched the whole ad. I watched the whole 10-minute
10
ad,
minutes.
and it was amazingly done. It was such a well-crafted...
Oh, I thought you were going to say just the opposite.
No, it was so amazingly done and such a well-crafted marketing thing that I had to then ask other people who I know are on TikTok to see if they also did. So I text my buddy Murph, he's on TikTok all the time. I said, "Did you see this Hilton ad?" He goes, "Yeah, I watched the whole 10 minutes," right? And then I go to Leah. I go, "Leah, do you know anything about the..." "Oh yeah, everyone's talking about the Hilton ad. I watched the whole thing." Yeah, it's like this whole marketing genius.
Wow, that
thing.
is
Yeah.
really genius.
And it's really well done, and I'm sure you can find it somewhere else. I'm sure it's posted somewhere else, but yeah, it's on TikTok, and I thought that was amazing. There is a whole slew of new words that have been added to dictionary.com.
Now, this could annoy me. Let's hear what you got.
Yes, there's a lot of slang, but I will tell you, one of them is meant for you, Cande.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, it's meant for you and Brian. We'll get to it in a minute.
Oh.
Okay. New word, cakeage.
Never heard of it.
That is a fee charged by a restaurant for bringing your own cake.
Oh, I didn't know they charged extra for that.
Like a corkage fee, there is a cake cutting fee, so they call it a cakeage.
No idea. Wow.
That's right. A digital nomad. That is a new phrase going in the dictionary. That's a person who works remotely while traveling.
Oh, lucky them.
Digital nomad, yes. A northpaw is an athlete who is right-handed, like a pitcher or a boxer, southpaw.
Right, or the lefties.
Left hand. Northpaw is now a term.
Oh, okay. You northpaw.
Here's one for you. Rage farming.
Uh-oh, this scares me. What is that?
Rage farming is provoking people by posting inflammatory things on social media, hoping to get angry responses and go viral.
I don't like it.
That is called rage farming.
That's what's wrong with this whole world. I don't like it.
Yes. Cyber flashing is a new word. That is when you send pictures of things to strangers online by airdropping them when you're near them. Because if your airdrop is on to everyone, you can airdrop random people as you pass by.
Oh my goodness, that's scary.
And Candy, here is the word for you and Brian, and
All right,
this
let's
is
have it.
It's meant for you.
All right.
Nearly wed.
Yes,
Yes.
I love it.
A nearly wed, obviously, is a person who lives with someone in a life partnership, sometimes engaged, with no planned wedding date.
Correct.
You are a nearly wed kid.
I am a nearly wed, and proudly so.
And you are now in the dictionary.
I love it. See?
Yes. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love it. And, you can go from nearly wed to newlywed at any moment. You never
At
know.
any moment, not today, and probably not tomorrow.
That's right. But soon as Maeve walks and talks, yes.
That's a good possibility for sure.
Have a chance, and we're either going to do it on a cruise ship or at Mohegan
No,
Sun.
that's
as
in
we
your
know.
fantasy mind. I won't
Okay.
be doing either.
Okay. Rocking Horse Ranch?
Oh my goodness.
All right. Candy, it is
How about
national...
your backyard?
No problem. You know what? As long as I can get porta potties, nobody's coming in to use the
Porta
bathroom.
potties. How many
Yeah.
people do you think are coming?
Nobody's coming to use the bathroom.
Oh,
Not happening.
forget it. Forget you.
All right. It's National Sun-Kissed Citrus Day today.
Ah, very good for you too.
Yes, it honors the history in California of citrus and, all that stuff. Yeah, farming, oranges and everything.
First time I went to Florida, and I was on 95, and you could actually smell the oranges in portions of 95. It was great.
Yes. Candy, this is a serious one. It is National Self-Injury Awareness Day. Someone who's causing deliberate harm to themselves.
Oh, that's sad and
Yeah.
serious.
Yes, and if you know someone in your world that is like that, please help them. Please try to
Help
get them help.
them. That's so
Yeah.
sad.
It's National Minnesota Day. Is that
Minnesota with the tapioca.
Yeah, you ever been to Minnesota, Candy?
I have never been to Minnesota.
All
Not that I'm putting it down. I'd love to go. I hear it's great.
When I hear Minnesota, I automatically think of Prince, right?
Right. He loved Minnesota.
That was his spot.
I think of the movie Fargo, but that's the difference between me and you.
I have to relay a story I saw on TikTok the other day about Prince. This is amazing. It'll be 30 seconds, okay?
Okay.
There's a former NBA player, Carlos Boozer, who had a big mansion in Utah. And he got a letter from a text or something from a realtor, said that there was a person that wanted to rent his mansion out. It's like 18,000 square feet. Wanted to rent it out, and he'd be willing to pay almost $100,000 a month to rent it out while Carlos is off somewhere on the road doing whatever. Okay. So they meet, he goes to meet this person. It turns out to be Prince.
Wow.
Prince rents the mansion. Okay, now the mansion is fully furnished. Carlos Boozer just moved in. The mansion is fully furnished. True story. Carlos rents it to Prince. Carlos, for whatever reason, had to stop by the house months later. He was in town. He had to get something, whatever. He goes to the house. Everything has changed. All of the furnishings inside the 18,000 square foot home are gone and in storage, and it's all been redecorated by Prince.
Oh, wow.
So Carlos Boozer says, tries to get in touch with Prince. Prince is off in Asia touring, whatever.
Of course he is.
And finally, 6 weeks later, Prince gets in contact with him and says, "Don't worry, everything of yours is in storage. I needed to create my vibe." He goes, "Just to set your mind at ease, I am going to wire you $500,000, just so you know I'm serious.
Moly.
And I'm going to tell you where at the place where all your stuff is in storage. And I promise you, when I move out, everything will be right." Prince wires him $500,000. Everything's legit. And when Prince, about a year later, moved out of the mansion and finished whatever he was doing in Utah, he had his people go in and reverse it and put everything back where
That's
it
incredible.
was. It's
I loved Prince.
incredible.
What a loss. I love that. I love that
Incredible.
story.
All because it's National Minnesota Day. Yeah.
Minnesota.
It's National Dadgum That's Good Day.
What is that?
Dadgum That's Good.
All right.
Yeah, it's a Southern phrase, of course.
Got it.
It's a cookbook series, and yeah, anyway. It's National Horse Protection Day. Yes.
They should
I
be
agree.
every day. They should be protected. What are you,
Agree.
crazy?
National Fruit Compote Day.
Okay.
Do
I
we
don't
like
care for any today. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, berries,
No.
citrus, all that stuff. No. It's National Pig Day today.
Oh, little piggies.
Yeah, they're cute. Unless they're bacon on my plate, they are cute, Candy.
Exactly. And they're really cute on my plate as well, but that's another story.
Crispy, too, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's National Peanut Butter Lovers Day today.
I do love peanut butter.
Yeah, come on.
Now, my son Evan, he doesn't like peanut butter, but he'll eat peanuts, so go figure that out.
That's an interesting one for sure. Candy, a 1-year-old girl trapped in a burning house in Detroit last week. The family dog refused to leave without her. The dog's name is Blue. She's a pit bull lab mix. They rescued from a shelter 2 years ago. Firefighters said she helped them find the baby, and everyone made it out okay.
Oh, that's such good news.
It's wild, yeah. Bunch of cars got stuck on an off-ramp after an ice storm in Oregon last week. A random guy, John Gilbert, helped them out. He showed up with his SUV, his tow straps, and friend called him and ended up helping. 20 other drivers showed up, and they got them all out. They got everyone out of the ice storm. Isn't that nice? I think that's nice. People come to
Very
the rescue.
nice. Absolutely.
Yeah. And wouldn't you want your pilot to do this? An easy jet flight from Iceland to the UK took a detour Monday. A full 360-degree turn so everyone could see the northern lights.
Love that. Oh, I would love to see the northern lights. That's great.
Yeah, incredible. Really, really good. Candy, it is time for us to part, okay?
All right.
All right.
Goodbye.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day.
You have a good one, too. Don't slip on any ice now.
No, everyone be careful. I'm here till noon. Jay Letterman after that, then Jim Voice Guy O'Brien drives you home. We will get up to 45, and then overnight it raises into the 50s and rain coming, so we will get rid of all this stuff by tomorrow at some point. Let's hit the roads, my country, 96.1.
Phathead and Candy in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.